Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to fish a Yo-Zuri mag darter. This is a great springtime plug, although it will work all season long. It's going to work everywhere up and down the striped bass coast for multiple species. But in this video, we're fishing early spring estuaries, this is a staple lure you definitely want in your bag. They make the mag darter in 3 different sizes. I'm fishing the 5-inch, 1-ounce version. That's my favorite. That's really the only one I really fish. They do make a smaller one and a larger one. What makes this plug unique is that it does have a magnet inside of it. That's why it's called the mag darter. So you're going to find that this lure casts great. You could fish it in heavy wind. You could fish it in strong currents, and it casts well and swims well. Reason for that is this magnet transfers to the back of the lure when you cast it, and then once it lands, you'll see I give it a couple quick cranks and snaps, and that magnet is going to come back to the center and give it a nice tight little wiggle. One of the things that I found challenging about doing this video is that I primarily fish mag darters and other hard plastic swimmers at night. So if you watch this video to the end, you're going to see I get into some bigger size fish. Keep in mind this is springtime, so primarily schoolies here, but we get into some keeper size fish at the end as it's getting dark, and then I just lose lighting and I can no longer film anymore. But we did catch a bunch more fish after dark. I like fishing these lures after dark. I feel like that tight wiggle action just kind of gives the fish something to hone in on, and the standard straight retrieve works really well at night. This lure is a shallow swimming lure, so you could use it in fairly shallow water. We're only fishing in, anywhere from 3 to 5 feet of water here, and this lure is going to swim approximately, maybe 18 inches to 3 feet below the surface. So it works really well if you're in shallow water and you can't have something that's going to get down too deep and hang bottom. The retrieve, it's a fairly slow retrieve. So if you look at what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to reel fast enough to maintain contact to the lure and feel a little bit of tension in my rod tip. I just want to feel a light pulse, and that is that lure has a tight swimming action, so I'm just trying to feel that. I generally don't work these very fast, especially at night. It seems like the slower the better, and if you go too slow, you won't have contact, it's not going to swim, and it's not going to be very successful. You'll also notice that I do pop the rod a little bit. I give it a little flick every few turns, and that's for 2 reasons. One is it does give it a little bit of action, but I'm really just looking for contact. So I just give it that little flick every so often just to make sure I feel that lure and I have contact to it. You can work it other ways. Obviously, if you're not getting bites, try working it erratically. Fish do, particularly striped bass, do respond very well to change of speed and direction. So there are times when a more erratic action and more rapid twitching will work with this. But like I said, this is a go-to nighttime lure, post-sunset lure, and the slow retrieve seems to work well at night. In terms of colors that I like to use, I'm pretty simple with my color because I think that presentation matters more, but I do really like the bronze color and the black color at night.
There he is. Hit that one good. 2 for 3. And just on the end of the cast, yeah. They cast so far with the, it has the magnet in the lure that transfers when you cast it to the back of the bait, and then it goes back to the front when you start moving it. Yeah. And they do have a good swimming action too. I don't twitch it a lot. I do it a little bit sometimes to give it a little action. And then the other reason why I twitch it is you know what? Oh, I thought he was foul hooked. He's not. I twitch it just so I could feel it, just for more for contact. I think the trick with these is you just want to reel enough that you feel some resistance from the lure, just so you know it's swimming right. And when I first hit the water, I'll give it sometimes a couple snaps just to get it going. Oh, we're gonna get bigger. Marking on the side of me. Quite a lot right here.
For hook replacements, I recommend using Roscoe 4X or 5X split rings, and I would use a VMC 5X treble hook in a size number 1, or a Mustad 5X treble hook in a size number 2, because the Mustads are a little larger. For guys that are catch and release fishing for schoolies, it is a great idea to use the single inline hooks. VMC makes a nice inline hook. If you're going to be catching and releasing and the fish are in high aggression mode, or if you're getting bluefish, I'd highly recommend using the single inline hooks, or perhaps just replacing one of the hooks to a single inline. It's going to be better for you and the fish. You'll see in my videos I am using the trebles. That's because I'm fishing with charters and we have finicky fish. So I'm using the treble. I'm confident I can get the hooks out with minimal damage. But if we do get into heavy feeding fish, I would definitely throw on the inline single hook.
Yeah, that was like simultaneous hits. Just got crushed on the mag darter.
Oh, mag darter?
Yeah. Yep. Took the bomber off, went to the mag darter. Just dark. And yeah, this is either a bigger fish or a foul hooked fish, but it feels like a decent fish. And I think if it is a keeper, we're going to keep it, because I told Kate we would bring a fish home if we got something keeper size. Oh, he's getting there. Throwing that bronze color. Oh. They're in there. Oh, got hit again. Oh man, they're clobbering this. There we go. Got him that time. Yep. Never really. All right, this guy's not as big as the last one, but nice. Early spring fishing. Throwing Yo-Zuri mag darter. Just getting dark, which is when I like to fish these. I don't really use them a ton during the daytime. On occasion I have done well, but typically I feel like it is a post-sunset, dark nighttime lure. It's a swimming plug, so they have a nice little wiggle to them, and I think it kind of gives the fish something to hone in on. Oh, this is a foul hooked fish. Is he foul hooked? No, nice fish though for early season. Nice bass. Got him? Nice. Nice. You got the bait. This is a decent fish. This might even be a keeper size bass right now. But this is just as soon as we put that on, we're fishing with a bomber, no bites, and as soon as we fished to the mag darters, we just started really getting hit hard. I just lost a larger fish right before on my previous cast. That is a respectable early spring striper.
And a not so respectable early spring.
A-ray on the schoolie.
What else is
there? Alright, let's check this guy. Like I said, this let's see. That's a keeper.